Good morning. Today we are gonna talk about text encryption using VigenEre, Hill Cipher, Fair Cipher, Foursquare, and AES with RSA. These are different kinds of algorithms in information system and security course for us, which is taught by Ganesh sir. So let us just have a small glance. What does this project or not? What does this topic does, and how is it gonna help in further? And let me just share you a small glance and some kind of algorithms and those explanations. Now this the technology in this era, the technology has become an important aspect of human needs. That's true. Almost all their activities has been facilitated by technology, yes, especially communication technology. Communication technology has always evolved over time, and the most commonly used communication technology today is smartphones. The smartphone is a telecommunication device with a touchscreen function that offers more capabilities than simply calling and sending messages, which also works as a portable computer that can be carried anywhere. Due to the capabilities of the smartphone, people do not have to rely on call and short message services and features anymore. They can use chat applications to communicate with each other, as it is easier and more convenient to communicate with smartphones. There are also new threats to digital data that can raise issues related to security in online data exchange. This security effort is carried out with the aim of preserving the integrity and confidentiality of any information that's stored or transmitted by one party to another. So this is just a small glance about the technology and uses of this kind of algorithms and text encryption in our daily life. Now let us learn how does this encryption is done for a text using these different kinds of cipher algorithms. Now encryption is the encoding of information so that only those who have access to a password or an encryption key can be accessed. So did you understood this clearly? Now, encryption protects data content rather than preventing unauthorized interruption of or access to data transmission. It is used by intelligence and security organizations and in personal security software designed to protect user data. Encryption is a process in which data is translated into code that can only be read by a person with the correct encryption key. It focuses on protecting data content rather than preventing unauthorized encryption. Encryption is essential in intelligence and national security and is also common in commercial aspects. So this is a small explanation and a small glance about this encryption of a text using this algorithms. Now let us talk about algorithms starting from Playfair Cipher. Now the Playfair Cipher was first practical diagraph substitution cipher. The Playfair Cipher encryption algorithm, it has two different kinds of steps. First one, generate the key square, which is 5 by 5 matrix. The key square is a 5 by 5 grid of alphabets that acts as the key for encrypting the plain text. Next, each of the 25 alphabets must be unique and one letter of the alphabet, usually J, is omitted from the table. If the plain text contains J, then it is replaced by I. Now, The initial alphabets in the key square are the unique alphabets of the key in the order in which they appear, followed by the remaining letters of the alphabet in order. This is the first step of Fair Cipher. Now, second step is algorithm to encrypt the plain text of Fair Cipher. In Fair Cipher, the plain text is split into pairs of two letters. That is digraph. If there is an odd number of letters, a x is added to the last letter. If there is a pair with same alphabets, then add a ax to the first letter. Rules for encryption. If both letters are in the same column, take the letter below each one, going back to the top if at the bottom. If both the letters are in the same row, take the letter to the right of each one, going back to the leftmost if at the rightmost position. Second one, if neither of the above rules is true, from a rectangle with the two letters and take the letters of the horizontal opposite corner of the letter rectangle. So this is about the play pair cipher. Now this is about the play pair cipher, the two steps. Now let us know about the Winger cipher. What does this Winger cipher do, and what are the different kinds of methods used for encrypting an alphabet text in Winger cipher? The encryption of the original text is done using Winger cipher or Winger table. The table consists of alphabets written out 26 times in different rows. Each alphabet shifted clinically to the left compared to the previous alphabet. At different points in the encryption process, the cipher uses a different alphabet from one of the rows. The alphabet used at each point depends on repeating keyword. So this is encryption and decryption formula for doing this Winger cipher. First is encryption the plain text in the key are added module 26. EI is equals to PI plus KI mod 26. The next one is for decryption. This is about the Winger cipher. Now we have learned about Playfair cipher and Winger cipher. Now let's learn about Foursquare cipher. Foursquare cipher. It is one of another algorithms of this particular context. Playfair's Foursquare cipher. The technique encrypts pairs of letters and thus falls into a category of ciphers known as polygraphic substitution cipher. The use of digraph makes the Foursquare technique less susceptible to frequency analysis attacks, as the analysis must be done on 676 possible digraphs rather than just 26 for monographic substitution. The Foursquare cipher uses for four 5 by 5 matrices arranged in the square. It's a 4 5 by 5 matrix we must arrange in a square. Now, the upper left and the lower right matrices are the plain text squares and each contain a standard alphabet. The upper right and the lower left squares are the cipher squares and contain a middle alphabetic sentence. This is about the basic knowledge about the first square. Let us know how to encrypt a message in Playfair Foursquare cipher. We must first split the payload message into digraphs. Find the first letter in the digraph in the upper left plain text matrix. Now, next step. Find the second letter in the digraph in the lower right plain text matrix. Next, the first letter of the encrypted digraph is in the same row as the first plain text letter and the same column as the second plain text letter. It is therefore in the upper right cipher text matrix. The second letter of the encrypted digraph is in the same row as the second plain text letter and the same column as the first plain text letter. It is therefore in lower left cipher text matrix. This is about the second step, like how to encrypt a message using a Foursquare cipher. So till now we have learned about Foursquare cipher, Playfair cipher, and Ninja cipher, and their different kinds of steps, how to do encrypting and decrypting text in these cipher algorithms. Now let us learn about the fourth kind of algorithms. It is Hill cipher. Now, Hill cipher is a polygraphic substitution cipher based on linear algebra. To encrypt a message, each block of n letters, considered as an n component vector, is multiplied by an invertible n by n matrix against modulus 26. This is kind like a Binge cipher. Now, to decrypt the message, each block is multiplied by the inverse of the matrix used for encryption. The matrix used for encryption is the cipher key, and it should be chosen randomly from the set of invertible n by n matrix model 26. So this explains about the Hill cipher. No, it does it nothing but to decrypt a message. Each block is multiplied by inverse of the matrix used that is used for the encryption. Now the matrix used for encryption is the cipher key. That's the cipher key, and it should be chosen randomly from the set of invertible n by n matrix, that is modulus 26. That is about Hill cipher. And the last one is about AES with RSA algorithm. The following solutions is developed to ensure encrypted communication during transferring of some data files, which includes secret information from one point to another. Data files are encrypted before transferring, and then after they arrive to target point, they are decrypted to discover the secret information inside them. In order to protect and complicate capturing information inside data files as much as possible, as two-stage encryption is applied by using RSA and AES encryption standards. In this technique, three keys are required. One is AES key, and the next is a public and a private RSA key pair. A public and private key pair should be created by target point. Private key must be saved in a secure place, and public key should be sent to the source side to encrypt AES key. This is about the AES with RSA. So in this we have learned about AES with RSA, Hill cipher, Foursquare cipher, Windsor cipher, and Play cipher, and their different kinds of uh, algorithms, how to do encryption and decryption text, and all that thing.